Hello children, in this session let us start chapter number 8, comparing quantities. Okay, comparing quantities. Quantities means number or amount related to something. Children, for comparing quantities there are two ways. There are two ways of comparing the quantities in terms of their magnitude or measurements. When we get two numbers related to something, we can compare them in two different ways. Number one, comparing by difference. Number two, comparing by division. One is by finding the difference. Difference, you know children, difference is the number which we get after subtraction, and division, you know what it is. So let us understand these points taking one example. Suppose the height of Hina is 150 centimeter and the height of Amir is 75 centimeter. We have to compare their heights. So comparison means children, who is taller, who is smaller. That way we have to say. Here you know from the question itself, Hina's height is more than Amir's height. So we are finding the difference of their heights. That is 150 centimeter minus 75 centimeter, and you are getting 75 centimeter after subtraction. So the difference is 75 centimeter, and here we have taken the greater number, that is of Hina, 150 centimeter. So we can say Hina is 75 centimeter taller than Amir. Okay, this is known as comparison by difference. Or we can say Amir is 75 centimeter smaller than Hina. Number two, we can also compare their heights by division method. We are dividing the numbers. Here first number we have taken 150, that is the height of Hina, and denominator we have taken 75, that is the height of Amir. So 150 divided by 75, and simplifying time we get 2 by 1. 75 in 150 2 times goes, so here we get downside part 1 and upside part we get 2, and the answer is 2 by 1. And children, 2 by 1, what is it? It is 2. So we can say Hina's height is 2 times the height of Amir. Here we have taken first the number 150 and it is of Hina. So okay, so we say Hina's height. First number on the numerator side we have 150 and it is the height of Hina. So we start the sentence by Hina's height is 2 times the height of Amir. This is known as comparison by division. Here we can also say Amir's height is, we have to say Amir's number here. Amir's height is 75 centimeter and 75 centimeter in the answer against 75, what number we got? 1. So we have to say Amir's height. If we start by the word Amir, Amir's height is 1 by 2 times the height of Hina. Okay, so because Amir's height is 75 centimeter in the denominator side, Amir's height is taken. So denominator side what number we have taken, that number we have to say first. If you say Hina's height, Hina's number we have taken on the numerator side, so we can say it is 2 times, Hina's height is 2 times that of Amir's height. Otherwise we can say Amir's height is 1 by 2 times the height of Hina. Okay children? Children, when we compare two quantities of the same kind by division method, we get ratio. When we compare the two quantities of the same kind by division, we form a ratio of the two quantities. Children, to compare two quantities, the units must be the same. It is very important point. The units must be the same. We use this simple 2 dots to express a ratio. In our example, the ratio of the height of Hina to that of Amir is 2:1. Children, here in the sentence we have the name of Hina first. So the number we got for Hina is 2 and Amir's in the ratio we have 1. So we are writing 2:1. If we write the ratio of the height of Amir to that of Hina, then the ratio will be 1:2. So what name comes first? That related number we have to write first. It is compulsory. Which is, and this can be read as 2:1. So that two dots, one below the other, how it is read as? Is 2. So 2:1. Okay. A ratio has no units. Children, another point is a ratio has no units. Here we write 2:1. We are not writing centimeter. We are not writing meter. No unit we are writing with the ratio. A ratio has no units. Another point is a ratio is a fraction and tells us how many times a quantity is of another quantity of the same kind. A ratio is a fraction. Children, what is the fraction here? 2:1 we can write as 2/1, or 1:2 we can write as 1/2 as a fraction. Okay, so two methods we can use for representing a ratio. Either we can write in using the simple ratio symbol, or we can write as a fraction 2:1 or 2/1. Okay, in general, a ratio of two numbers A and B we can write as A by B, and here B should not be 0. That is a condition, and is denoted by A:B, where A and B are called the terms of the ratio. And first term A is called by another word antecedent. A is called the antecedent, or B is called consequent. The second term is consequent. First term is antecedent. Okay, children? Example 1. Find the ratio of 3 km to 300 meter. We have to find the ratio. And you know, children, ratio is a fraction, and here it is of the same units. The units should be same. So here the units are, here first number we have the unit kilometer, and second number we have meter. So first we have to make the unit same. So kilometer we can convert to meter. So first convert both the distances to the same unit. And 3 km, you know, 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So 3 km is 3 into 1000 meter equal to 3000 meter. And 300 meter we have to keep the same only. So the ratio, required ratio is equal to 3 km is to 300 meter. This way we write first using the symbol. And then 3 km we change it to meter. So 3000 is to 300. So we ratio writing time we remove the unit. So this, how we will find the answer? This is as a fraction we write 3000 divided by 300, and 20, and this bottom 0 gets cut, and 30 by 3 we have 10. So 10, if no number is downside, it is 1. So 10 upside and downside we get 1. So 10 is to 1. So the ratio is 10 is to 1. Okay, children? Now next point is equivalent ratios. What is the definition of equivalent ratios? A ratio obtained by multiplying or dividing both the terms of the given ratio by the same non-zero number is called an equivalent ratio. Suppose, children, we may learn this point by an example. Consider the ratio 8:12. So we have to get equivalent ratio. For this, what we have learned here, we have to multiply the terms, both terms by the same number, or both terms by the same number. We have to divide. Example, see, 8:12, and this ratio we can write as a fraction. First number write upside, and second number write as the denominator, so it becomes 8/12. Now we have to multiply the ratio by the same number. So it is, we are taking for multiplication 2, 8 into 2, and downside also we multiplied by 2. So 8 2s are 16 and 12 2s are 24. So the ratio is 16 is to 24, and 16 is to 24. It is an equivalent ratio of 8 is to 12. Now another method, what we have said here, dividing method we can use. So here we are using the division method. the given ratio we write as a fraction. 8 is to 12 we can write as 8 by 12, and we can divide both numbers by 2. They are even numbers, so we can divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2 upon 12 divided by 2. 8 by 2. When you divide 8 by 2 we get 4, and when you divide 12 by 2 we get 6. So 4 by 6, and this can be written as 4 is to 6. So children, 4 is to 6 is an equivalent ratio of 8 is to 12. So we can say 16 is to 24 and 4 is to 6 are the equivalent ratios of 8 is to 12. Okay children, and you can have many equivalent ratios. If you multiply here, we have multiplied by 2, we can multiply by other numbers like 3 by 3, 4 by 4, as many as possible we can find out equivalent ratios. Okay children. Children, different ratios can also be compared with each other to know whether they are equivalent or not. To do this, we need to write the ratios in the form of fractions and then compare them by converting them to like fractions. If these like fractions are equal, we say the given ratios are equivalent. Children, these points we can understand by taking one example. Okay, are the ratios 1 is to 2 and 2 is to 3 equivalent? Here we have got two ratios and we have to see whether they are equivalent or not. First of all, we have to convert this given ratios into fraction. 1 is to 2 we can write as 1 by 2 and 2 is to 3 we can write as 2 by 3, and we have to see whether they are equal or not. Okay, for this we have to find the LCM. LCM means we have to find the LCM of denominators. Here the denominator is 2 and in the next fraction it is 3, and 2 and 3 children, no need to find LCM. We can use the clue. They are prime numbers. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. So their LCM is their product. That is, we have to multiply. Then we will get the LCM. 2 into 3, 6. So 6 is the LCM. So we have to convert the denominator 2 into 6. 2 into 6 changing which number we have to take for multiplication? 3. So the both terms, numerator and denominator, we multiply by 3 by 3. Okay, so 1 by 2 into 3 by 3 is equal to 1 3s are 3, 2 3s are 6, and next fraction 2 by 3. Here 3 we have to convert to 6. 3 into what is 6? 3 into 2. So we are multiplying the second fraction by 2. So 2 by 3 into 2 by 2. 2 2s are 4 and 3 2s are 6, and we have got 1 by 2 as 3 by 6 and 2 by 3 as 4 by 6. And now we have got the denominator same, 6, 6. Now compare these two fractions, 3 by 6 and 4 by 6. Children, here they are not equal. Here they are not equal, so they are not equivalent. Okay, here 3 by 6 and 4 by 6. 3 by 6 is smaller than 4 by 6. 3 by 6 means 1 by 2 and 4 by 6 here it is 2 by 3. So we can say 1 by 2 is smaller than 2 by 3. So we can say the ratio 1 is to 2 is not equivalent to the ratio 2 is to 3. Okay children, this way we can compare two ratios. For that, first we have to take the ratios into fraction form, then we have to make into the same denominator. Okay children, that is like fractions we have to make. Then we have to compare. If they are same, they are equivalent fraction, equivalent ratios, otherwise it is not. Okay children.